Hello, citizens. Today was an awesome game at the Etihad, and finally, Ellen brought Haaland. Ellen brought Haaland, and the maestro dribbler, Ryan Cherky, Ryan Cherky, the 35 million pound man that Manchester City got this season. Many thought that when Manchester City could not bring in Florian Wirtz, that would have been their end. But they actually got the better bargain when they went in for Ryan Cherky. Ryan Cherky. Today, you look at the confidence with which he plays the ball, dribbling between three, four defenders, and passing the ball into the net. As easy as it looked, it was so difficult. So difficult. Let's also talk about players. Let's talk about managers. Let's talk about how the teams got into the match. Let's start with Arsenal. Arsenal started with a very strong lineup, and their lineup suggested that they really wanted to press Manchester City for this game. So they went in for Kai Havertz at the top instead of Victor Gyökeres, their usual striker at the back. This ensured that they could actually press the defenders and also the keeper. In fact, it was out of this that they got their goal, meaning that Arteta deserves one there. He actually got his selection right at a point in time. However, the changes that he made was not up to scratch, as those players could not really prove anything at the time they came into the match. Let's look at how they set up. So up front, Manchester had the same system or a similar system to what they've been playing, like the 4-2-4. And anytime they attacked with the front four, Arsenal pushed their defensive midfielder to join the back line, and it became 4 against 5. So Arsenal 5 players or defenders against Manchester City's 4 strikers. So always there was an extra man for Arsenal at the end of the day, and this helped them stop a lot of threats. However, in the first half, Manchester was so lethal enough that they had the better of Arsenal. You could see some nervousness in the Arsenal players in the first half, but when they came in after they had scored their equalizer, they came with so much confidence and they were ready to take the game to Manchester City. That is where we saw the end-to-end flow of the game. We also saw players like Bernardo Silva, who was all over the pitch trying to do what he's supposed to do, even helping out Semenyo, whose day was actually a bad day. He had a bad day on the pitch. He couldn't do much on the pitch, so you always see Bernardo Silva trying to help out on his side of the pitch. And then we also had Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku. He was just dribbling around the Arsenal defenders, especially their right back, Mosquera. He had a bad day at the office. So you had Zubimendi joining the back line in addition to Gabriel and then Saliba in order to fizzle out the challenges. So you have Doku dribbling on the right side of Arsenal, and then he'll cross in the ball, get it into the box. But you always see that Haaland and the other strikers who were around were not able to play freely because Arsenal did a good defensive job in the end. Now let me rate some of the players and the managers. I think that let's start with the managers. I think that Arsenal got their selection a bit right, so I'll give, and then they were confident enough. I will give Arteta a 7. He did so well, or probably a 7.5. He did so well. I would also give Manchester City's coach Pep Guardiola a 7.5 or an 8. I think that this was just due to the scoreline was just due to individual brilliance as the two managers cancelled out each other. I realized that the goal from Ryan Cherky is not something that is due to tactics, but is due to individual brilliance of the player. The ability to have the ball, carry it into the 18-yard box, dribble around three players. These things are not tactics. These are natural skills that players bring on board. And that's why this season Manchester City have gone for two-footed players, at least three of them. So they have Jeremy Doku in there, they have Antoine Semenyo in there, they have Gabriel, they have Ryan Cherki in there. All these three players can play on their left foot and also play on the right foot, making them very dangerous. So anytime they have the ball, the defender doesn't know whether they're going to use the right or going to use the left, and that was a big thing in this match. We also talk about Haaland, who also got a goal. He did so well. I'll give him 6.5. I think he did well. He didn't have much, but I think he occupied the defense enough for Manchester City's other attacking players to also get a space in there. Ryan Cherki, I'll give him a 9. I think he did so well. The confidence to move the team forward and all that. Bernardo Silva, I'll give him also a 9. He did well so well. Um, Another player that I wanted us to look at was Nico Riley, who did so well at the left back position. I'll give him a 7.5. He did so well. The last player in Manchester City's squad that I will give an 8 to will be Jeremy Doku. I think that they were the players that carry City on the pitch. They did so well. Arsenal players would have an average of 6.5 to 8.0, with my 8.0 going for Kai Havertz, who did an awesome job at the front, pressuring the goalkeeper for Manchester City, Donnarumma, to make that mistake. He did so well. Please like and share for the next update, and give me your thoughts on these ratings that we've done so far. See you in the next video. Bye.